Here we go. You know this podcast. June 13th, we got Hunter, Brad, and Hugh.
Boom.
Southern Montega University.
California.
At New Mexico.
That's it.
Boom, bang, jumping into it hot. Netflix, Shimmer Lake. What do you think in one word, Hunter?
Liked.
Weird.
Indifferent, I would say.
Indifferent.
What did you...
So,
2 words. Best part. Hunt.
Confused by it. That's 3 words.
confused by
Really confused by it.
it. Wicked confused by it. Dude,
Hugh. 2 words. Best part.
Wait, this was the best
the
part.
end. There we go.
Or is it the beginning?
No, dude, I know. Yeah, that is true.
The end was
fav-
a twist, though.
Dude,
My
I
favorite
was-
in 2 words.
Spoiler
Rainn
alert, by
Wilson.
the way.
Rainn Wilson.
Dude, I was blown.
Before we start, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, totally.
Yeah,
If
we're
you
going to
haven't
destroy
watched
this
it,
fucking movie. So
you
Because
haven't
we're
watched
about
it,
to rip it apart.
suck
It came out
our
today or something like
assholes.
that,
It came out 3 days ago.
3 days ago. So if you didn't watch it, you're shit out of luck because we're going to tell you the end, the
Came
beginning,
out
all of it.
Dude,
in
just
my
skip watching
asshole, dude.
Skip watching
I
it.
actually think
Stay
I
here.
don't think that it was that bad.
I don't think you should skip watching it. I think you should watch it.
No, that's the thing. It was one of the worst types of movies you can watch, where it isn't bad, but it's fucking horrible.
I don't think it was horrible. I
That's
think
not
it was,
how that works. dude.
I think so.
Because it's not like the acting was deliberately bad. It's not like the characters were bad.
You just thought the story was
Dude,
bad.
the movie was just. I couldn't believe it was actually supposed to be a comedy.
Wait,
Did you know that?
Really?
Well,
It was supposed to be darkly comic.
terms
I
it
read,
was
I can see
fine.
that. I can see darkly
dude,
comic.
I read a Rotten Tomatoes review that was
Oh,
perfect.
Fuck off, Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude,
I
listen,
know.
it was
Fuck
perfect.
Rotten
It goes,
Tomatoes.
I don't want to watch comedians play dress up in a movie that ends up being not funny. And it's 100% true. It's a
I
bunch
would
of
say it
actors who
wasn't funny.
potentially could be really great. And, dude, like the scenes with Rainn Wilson even, dude.
It was
Rainn Wilson, I
here's-
think, was
yeah.
not a big part of it.
No, he wasn't, and which is weird because it was almost billed like he was.
Yeah,
It was
I think-
almost like all the trailers and all that shit, and they're like new Rainn Wilson movie.
And
I
he
think
was on the front
he was like
icon.
top billed and stuff like
He
that.
was on the icon for the movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't the biggest
He
part
was
in
not. First off, he was not the main character. He was not the main antagonist. He was not a supporting antagonist. He was not a supporting character. He was an aspect of the movie.
He was
I would
just
say
a
it might
perp.
be a supporting.
Maybe.
But supporting for the supported.
Yeah, even then he's not that supporting of a character.
No,
the main
his-
character is the sheriff.
Oh, 100%. His brother.
Yes.
The lines were totally unconvincing.
Also, tell me that the sheriff isn't a discount Kyle Chandler.
He is.
Tell me
the
wha-
second
wait,
the
wait,
show
wait, wait.
started.
Tell me
Dude,
that the sheriff isn't
Not
a
a show,
discount Kyle Chandler. Tell me that
that's a movie.
Tell me that his partner isn't a discount Kyle Chandler. Tell me that the other FBI agent who isn't Rob Corddry isn't a discount Kyle Chandler. There's like 3 different Kyle
That's
Chandlers.
the
in-
dude from...
Office
Wait, are you
Space.
talking about the guy
Yeah,
that was
no, it is, but
in-
yeah,
It's the dude from Office
It is
Space.
the main guy from Office
from
Space,
And-
but he
Band
looks
of
like
Brothers? Or are you talking about the guy that was in Band of Brothers or with the other dude? The bald head.
Who's
no, the one who was in Band of Brothers.
He's in Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
The
no
the
clue.
guy
But
with the...
but tell
yeah.
me he also
FBI
doesn't look
agent?
like a yes. He tells me he also doesn't look like a discount Kyle Chandler. in
They
this movie.
all, like, if you mix them all together, they would be Kyle Chandler. And I think,
I mean,
dude,
I think if you
Rob
just
Corddry is, like, totally underused in that movie.
oh yeah, he's hilarious. But
Like,
he's
they
not
could-
at all in this movie.
Dude,
he's
he's
the,
like,
the best part with him. The best part with him is when he's like, we're like the B team. Well, we're like the B team to the D team. We're the E team, and that's not even all Rob Corddry's line.
and it wasn't even that good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And the movie, more than anything, was bland.
Right?
Like, even the end.
yeah.
Like, the end, dude.
end was
he-
absolutely a twist. I understand what you mean by the end. Like, I
But
think
the
it was a
end
big
did have a
twist.
twist here, and I
you-
mean,
Wait, so you were actually surprised by that?
I wasn't surprised.
You knew the lady was going to be tied in the whole time.
100%.
Oh, I knew that the whole time.
100%
I didn't know
with the
that
woman.
the brother was.
I first off always.
Oh, and then the lady at
Wait.
the end of the movie buries a car herself.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
matter of
I know.
15 minutes.
I know.
Dude, it's like,
yeah, that made no
dude,
sense.
it's 5 tons of dirt, and
Well,
she buries it.
what
in
I want to
fucking
know.
15.
What I want to know is when she's going to be introduced into the Avengers, because she's clearly a superhero.
Oh, yeah, she
Being able to do that in 15 minutes. No, I always suspect the good cop quotes around that. I realize you guys are listening, not watching us. There's quotes around the good cop in any movie or TV show. If he's like clean cut, like, I'm going to clean up this town, or I believe in the law, it's like, you're always dirty.
Yeah.
I kind of suspected him, but I
Yeah.
was a little
The
surprised.
movie was jam-packed with cliches.
But tell me this.
The gay politician.
Oh, I know. Also, though, can we
Turn it
talk?
down.
It's
He wasn't a
2017.
politician. He was the judge.
No, he was a politician because he was running for
He was.
Congress.
running
Oh,
for
you're right.
Senate.
You're right.
Senate.
My bad.
Also, it's 2017, and his gay partner was not a child; he was a consenting adult. So the only
And a fucking meth addict.
well, I mean that's besides the point because that's actually
Does
scandalous.
meth give
That's-
you the shits?
I feel like it must because
Dude, I've never heard of people having meth shits.
That's
I've heard
not
of people having coke shits.
I've never heard of that either. I've never heard of any drug giving you the shits except for mushrooms.
Oh, what about laxatives? Those are a drug.
Those are intended,
Yeah, but it still gave you the shits.
but it's intended.
Well, just because
We're
it's
talking about side effects.
side effects. My favorite side effect of antidepressants is when it gives you suicidal thoughts. But the gay politician thing, like that shouldn't be scandalous like,
It's cool
anymore. You know
that
what I'm
it's
saying?
a cliche and the movie sucked.
It would be scandalous because he was married.
That's
And
that's
why it
that's
was
the big
scandalous.
scandal.
I don't think it was because he was
Yeah.
gay. I think it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
because he was married.
I guess that would be the big reason. No, but so
Oh.
spoiler alert, or not really spoiler alert, because this is in the trailer or like the description of the movie. It plays backwards. You know what? You know what? Before when I came up to work today, Hunter was like, "Did you watch Shimmer Lake?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, you should watch it. It plays backwards." I was like,
I
"Really?"
didn't say you should. I said you're going to watch
he
it.
did.
So we
He
can
told
talk
me.
about
He
this
told me
later.
what to do, and I said, "Yes, ma'am," because he likes the role playing.
I do.
And-
Yeah.
And he's like, it's
I'll
like
make you
Benjamin
a-
Button, half joking, but you know what it's actually like? It's like Memento. That's how Memento kind of plays. It does kind of play backwards.
Yeah.
So-
Or there's a lot of, I mean, even Bloodline in a way does backwards.
Yeah, it does a little bit. But I mean, Memento definitely has like actual backwards working parts. Like
Yeah, it actually is
But so
start to finish.
the way that the movie goes, it's like Friday up to Monday, and like Friday being the last day of like the crime spree, and Monday being like the planning day of it. Had it run from Monday to Friday, tell me what you guys think of this. Would it have? I think it would have
It
been.
would have sucked.
It would have been
ass.
infinitely worse of a movie because it would have been like Monday it would show like, oh, Rainn Wilson doesn't like his job and this, that, the other thing, and it's them committing a crime and all of them ending up
It
dying.
would have been.
It would have been
every
shitty.
other movie.
Exactly. So I think they gained a little bit with having it run Friday to Monday,
The movie honestly was like as B movie as it gets.
which is true, but it's also
Even the production value.
Is it the best Netflix original movie?
No. Well,
No.
What's the best Netflix original movie?
I haven't even watched it. I don't even have a
Eh.
big enough pool to judge that at all.
So far we have fucking War Machine.
War Machine was
Netflix
horrible.
has made. I would say.
I watched more of Shimmer
technically-
Lake than I did of War Machine.
You watched the whole movie. I refuse to watch War
And,
Machine.
They're
but
Fuck you,
dude,
Brad Pitt.
it took me 4 sit-downs to watch Shimmer Lake.
They're
Oh,
good
really?
At,
I
they're good
did
at
not finish it
documentaries.
the
They're
first time.
not good at movies.
Yeah, that's true. They are
Any
very
type of
good.
story, they're-
Virunga was a really, really good documentary, which is one.
Virunga,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good at documentaries. That is true. They're also pretty good at shows. They're not good at original movies.
They're not pretty good at shows. They're amazing at shows.
There are some bad.
I haven't really
No, there are
watched
bad
enough
Netflix
shows.
shows, and they get canceled immediately because then they realize that they suck. That
Yeah.
like Netflix does a thing where they bake just everything and everything. They take debt because of it, but they just keep putting out content to see what's best. And if it sticks, it sticks. They keep going with it. If it doesn't, then they just cancel it. And they're like, "Oh, fuck it, we lost it. Whatever. We spent the money. It's fine."
It's true.
Well,
And
they
it's-
definitely
that's
saved
why
money
they
making
succeed.
Shimmer Lake because that production value sucked ass.
I don't think it was a. First off, I don't think. I want to put this on the table. I don't. Let's go around. Do you think it was good or bad, Hunt?
But there's no middle ground.
No, I don't want to see middle ground. I want you to say if you had to choose good or bad. What
Dude,
do you?
you can't control what Hunter
I'm just
answers.
saying.
Just
Good or bad?
answer-
I liked it. It was good.
Okay.
It was bad.
Okay. I also think that it was good. Now, if there was a middle ground, which one would you lean more towards, Hunt?
Yeah, why are you trying to control Hunter?
Halfway. Nah, I would say like
More towards the middle, but like towards good.
Okay. I am like right there with you, but I'm like a little bit towards bad. I know it wasn't a good movie, but I don't think it was that terrible of a movie.
That's where I stand. I don't say it was like it wasn't like one of those movies that you're watching. You're like, holy shit, this is horrible. Because it wasn't like the acting was horrible,
No, nothing was bad, but also nothing was great.
but it was bland and mediocre.
It was
the
a lot.
Story was basically.
I feel like it was a
everything.
lot like. I feel like it was a lot like Dwight Schrute as a movie, kind of bland, but a little bit actiony.
But he is cool as hell.
Yeah, Dwight's cool.
But it's because they develop him. They develop him. I know we're just jerking off The Office as usual, but they develop him over 9 seasons. Dude, that movie was actually short too. Shimmer Lake was only an hour
yeah,
and
like
26
hour and
minutes.
yeah, not that long.
Well, that's because like most movies are, most scripts are like 120 minutes anyways. So that's a normal script length.
Is that normal? Because I feel like there's
Yeah.
a ton of movies that have
Most-
come out that are like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, but does that include commercials?
No. Like this is 40.
Okay,
Or like
well-
any Judd Apatow movie in particular is like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
are
mean,
pretty long,
any
actually.
any
And movies
superhero
nowadays
movie,
are way longer than they used to be.
No, I
That
think
is
you're
really
right.
true.
But a
'Cause
normal,
dude, movies back in the 90s, always an hour
90
and a
minutes.
half.
90 minutes.
It was
Yeah.
it was like the running length.
the majority of films that's 120 pages it's a minute a page, so 120 pages is 120
hours.
minutes. It's 2 hours.
But there are a ton of movies that are longer than that.
Well, yeah, obviously there's movies that are a lot longer.
I don't know
than
why I
that.
said 120 minutes. I meant 120 minutes is 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
100.
why I was thinking.
2
of like
hours
an
is
hour
120
and
minutes.
20
You said it the same way.
You said an hour and 20 minutes, and I confused myself.
Oh wait, that's why I got you.
Yeah, well, okay, well,
'cause
Shimmer
the
Lake
movie was
is-
1 hour 26 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shimmer Lake is 90 minutes long.
I
Yeah,
know you
that
just
made
blew
more
my
sense.
mind
I
for a second. I was like,
confused me.
holy shit. Was that fucking movie 2 hours long? No, it was an hour and a half.
I feel like
confused
I feel
myself,
like
I'm
movies
sorry.
that are not good and not bad are the perfect movie to lose time to. So
Oh.
it might have been 2 hours long.
Dude, the movie could have been 4 hours. I have no fucking clue.
It definitely took me like 2 hours to watch it.
It
Because
took
I had
me,
to make
yeah.
food in the middle of it because I didn't really care that much, and then I got watching
and
it.
that's what it is, though, is that wasn't a movie where you were like,
Oh.
I don't want to get up.
But I will say there was one scene where I actually laughed out loud. Hunt can attest to that because I was watching it
Don't say
during.
laughed out loud. Fuck off.
I
Sorry.
mean, I did audibly
just-
laugh. There was one scene where I audibly
say I
laughed.
laughed.
Hunt can attest to it because I was watching it at work. It was when his partner, the cop's partner, shows up and the daughter of Rainn Wilson is sitting in the front seat, and he's like, "Okay, so I'm just gonna sit in the back." Then she's like, "Yeah, sit in the back, you fat fucking bastard." And he's like, "Oh, all right." That's
Yeah,
cool.
That was one scene, actually, which I thought was actually, like, kind of
I
convincing.
think the funniest scenes were the car scenes where he had to sit in the back. I think that's the only funny
because-
part
and
of it.
on Friday, the very one of the first scenes when he shows up, the mailman sitting in the front seat, he walks in the back, goes, "Fuck!" And then he sits in the back seat. You're like, why the hell did he just do that? But then, like, as the movie goes, you see from the beginning of the days why he's doing it. It's actually those were pretty good.
Those
Yeah.
were the majority of the funny parts. Of
Those
the
were
movies.
the funny parts.
I don't really think there was any other funny parts except for maybe the shitting scene where he was like sitting on the toilet and couldn't shit because fucking
that was more or
Andy
less
was.
just weird.
It was
that was
weird,
an
but
odd
it was.
scene. That was
it
a
was-
very odd scene.
Because, like you said about like the drugs, like nobody makes that connection. Nobody's like, "Oh, he's got the meth shit." Nobody. Like you don't even, dude. Like
You
we're
don't
three
see-
dudes sitting here who have never done meth. I
Wow.
think, but dude, we're
Speak for
three.
yourself.
We're three dudes. That is true. But we're three dudes here, dude. None of us made like all of us went into it being like, dude, that's
Yeah,
not true.
You
when
don't
I-
see a bunch of meth
when I heard
addicts
that
running into-
scene,
yeah, you never.
I
see
watched
meth addicts
Breaking
in line
Bad.
for the bathroom.
At no point in Breaking Bad did any of them do that.
No,
Like, you don't go to-
Nobody was like Walter White's shit makes me shit the best.
You don't
Yeah,
go
I
to
know, right?
you don't go to McDonald's and see a fucking meth head run into the bathroom like I got the meth shit.
Well,
No,
I mean,
no,
if you're at McDonald's with a meth head, he might just say random stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, he
True.
might, but he's not gonna go take a
But
shit.
I
mean,
will
he
say,
would
when I
after
saw
he
that
ate.
scene when he was like, "The drugs sometimes flush me out," I'm like, I guess. I kind of just took it as a line from his. This is another movie where like I was watching it and I was like, I'm watching performances, which is a light sense of the word performance. But I wasn't like, oh, this is a story that I get to see. No, I was like, it's a fucking movie that was just performances and they're kind of just rolling off the lines.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of just line reading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if Rainn Wilson maybe wasn't as committed to it as he has been to other projects.
What other projects?
I feel
though?
like.
I was gonna say that.
Well,
same
you know what
thing.
he's
It's
actually been
weird how
doing
he's
for a while?
halfway in there.
You know what he's been doing since The Office? He has a lot of charities. One of his charities is like it helps build schools in Haiti. He does a lot of work with that, so he's very busy in general.
When he does a lot of different types of stuff.
It just
not
annoys me
acting.
that Backstrom was not a good. Like it was not a show that kept around, and I liked the show,
I did too.
and it was a good
What-
show.
what
It-
show is this?
It was go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. It was a show that Rainn Wilson was on. He was like a detective or something. He was like an alcoholic detective. But it ran one season. I liked the first season. It was really good. And they
Was.
canceled it. Who was the other dude who was on that show? Who was like the other
Oh,
cop?
you know who it actually was? It was the Allstate guy. The Allstate guy, the black Allstate guy. That was like Allstate.
No, not what I was thinking of. I'm
But he
thinking
is
about-
in it.
He is. And I know exactly what you're talking about. What I was thinking of was the other dude who's the other like white cop who's in that show.
I don't remember because I haven't actually seen that show since it was on TV.
And I've never seen it
forget.
before. It was on cable.
Yeah, I guess I don't.
I
don't
if
remember
you
what
would call
channel
it
it was.
cable. I guess you call cable still.
Yeah, What else would you call it, huh?
Like the dude who
TV,
like, don't call it the new name.
Okay, cable. All right.
Yeah, cable. It's like
Get it on the tube.
those are the ones.
Yeah, it was
Cable.
on like NBC or something like that. I don't remember
one of the go-to
Yeah.
networks.
It was kind of billed like before it came out, like with all like the ads and everything. They're like, it was like if House was a cop, and I was like, that's a really weird bill to give it. If House was a cop, if
And that-
House was a cop, it would be very different than that show.
And
Got a
they're
7.4
obviously,
on
like,
IMDb.
They're setting the bar way high.
Yeah, I know, because Hugh Laurie literally won like 15 Emmys.
And you
for
don't
that
put
show.
out a show that's like someone putting out Shimmer Lake and being like, if Schindler's List was a dark comedy.
Okay, you
Which,
say that.
in a way, it
I
was.
I was looking up the cast for Shimmer Lake after I watched the movie because I wanted to see like all that stuff was in it.
They actually sound alike.
And there was an actual article that said Shimmer Lake, it's like Fargo got darker, and I was like, "Fuck you! Fargo's a national treasure,
It's
and you
the
will not
worst.
compare the two."
It's the worst thing.
Also, if Fargo got darker, I'm sorry. At what point in Shimmer Lake did Rainn Wilson hire 2 hitmen to kill his wife and then actually do it?
And what part of Fargo was light?
yeah, I know another thing. What part of Fargo?
The whole movie is
The
a snowstorm.
No. Tell me, it was the 2 psychopathic hitmen that kill anybody that they see.
Dude, that dude, Skarsgård is the
no,
best.
not Skarsgård.
No, Buscemi's awesome. Wait, which one are you
Peter
talking about?
Stormare. That's the other guy.
This is the guy, but
And he's super good friends with the oldest Skarsgård.
is he not related to Skarsgård?
He's not. Actually, though, he is. So, okay, so what's the Skarsgård that was in that, that's in
Alexander.
that? Alexander.
Who's the kid of
He's Stellan.
Stellan
So
Skarsgård. Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård and Peter Stormare are very good friends. They've known each other since they were like 10 or something. And Peter Stormare, the bad guy in Fargo, is Alexander Skarsgård's godfather.
Dude, he's the man in that movie.
Peter Stormare? Oh, yeah. He's the
He's-
man in everything
he
he's in.
is
He's
a-
a fucking amazing.
He's killer in that movie. That's actually a good era of Coen brothers.
Yeah.
The early
Didn't
films
like
by them.
that one, what, Arizona Rising or something like that?
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
I like Raising Arizona,
Nah,
and
you
that's
just-
that's not their first one, but it's really early on. But like Big Lebowski,
I love Big
Fargo.
Lebowski.
Like
Yeah,
you,
Big
you
Lebowski,
almost
Fargo,
can't
those are
talk,
good.
Like those are movies that you can't even really talk about without sounding cliche.
I mean, that's just like your opinion, man.
no way, because everything's been said about those movies.
That was a line from the Big Lebowski.
It's just your opinion.
Dennis
Yeah.
Dennis Haysbert Burt was the guy that you were thinking of, Brad.
Yeah. The Allstate
I
guy.
can't. I guess the guy that I thought was in this movie wasn't.
In
didn't-
Backstrom?
in the
yeah,
show.
I guess
That's
it
a
was
TV show, Hunter.
Yes, in
Got
this
me-
show.
He got me earlier.
It's
with
on cable.
Did I say movie?
Apparently.
Whatever. But I don't know. Like
no, I called Shimmer Lake a TV show,
Ah,
and he was like, "It's a movie."
it's a movie,
Sarah
little
Clark
piece
or
of
whatever
shit.
her name is, the girl from Scrubs, which again is a fucking amazing show. If you haven't watched Scrubs, you should. Have you watched Scrubs?
I have.
Yeah, great
I've
show.
seen like episodes here and there, but I never watched it like beginning.
Definitely
to end or
worth the
something like
whole
that.
the whole series.
I know, and
watch,
everyone
except for
says that, and
season
I-
9.
And I do
If you
want to.
stay away from season 9. Don't ever watch that season.
It's like episode 8 of season 3 of of Bloodline.
Oh my god!
We're not talking about it.
No,
We're not talking
I
about it.
can't even talk
We're not
about
talking about
the
it.
disappointment.
We're not talking about it.
The problem with season 9 of the Scrubs is that it got canceled for 2 years and then they brought it back, but they didn't bring it back into the same hospital that it was in. They just brought
He's
it
getting
back.
pissed.
They just
Hitting mics over there.
they just brought it into like another like teaching hospital that was like fucking gay, and then we just had all this
Fuck.
other bullshit. Ugh.
It's like the musical episode of Psych.
It's the season that oh my god.
Oh
I hate musical episodes. They're so bad.
Are there enough of them to hate them? How many?
Just in general
There
from
are-
shows around, yeah.
There are
Just in
100%
everything.
enough of them. Bones does it. Psych
Oh,
did it.
Bones had a musical episode?
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
Dude, you
That's
want to talk
cool.
about the worst show ever? What's that Rizzoli show?
Rizzoli and Isles. My dad likes that show, and every time
Risotto?
Everybody's parents like that show.
I know.
It's a parent show.
It
Like they're
is.
like, don't Rizzoli.
It's a parent trap.
Oh, sick
Lindsay
ass.
Lohan is like
Dude,
really falling
She's
apart.
still good.
Apparently, she's like an escort in Paris or something like that.
I don't believe it. She's still doing great. Shout out to Lindsay.
She's not
Shout out to
doing
Lindsay.
great. She's doing pretty
Hunter
bad.
could easily be related to Lindsay Lohan.
Are you saying that because he has slightly red hair?
No,
I'm also not a fucking coke addict
he's just from the
Yet.
same.
yet.
That is true.
Obviously, once we get
Dabbling
famous,
counts.
Dabbling counts.
I do a little dollop of Daisy. if you know what I mean.
You do.
Is that a
when you hang out with the wrong boys?
Yeah.
Which are us. We're the wrong boys. We're drug dealers.
We are the wrong boys.
We deal
So
all the drugs.
actually, if we are on this tangent anyway, have you either of you guys ever watched Tim and Eric Awesome Show?
Yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about those dudes?
I think. Okay.
Fucking
Wait.
crazy funny, dude.
If we're gonna talk about Tim and Eric, you're gonna realize my peak idea of comedy, which is the Tim and Eric show, and like the what's his fucking like the Andre hour?
Eric Andre.
The Eric Andre show, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, I know.
Oh
the
my
Eric Andre
God,
show.
they're fucking amazing
Which-
because everything they do is a fucking. It's Kaufman comedy.
And Tim
I prefer
Tim
Peele.
Heidecker or whatever his name is, he produces
Yeah.
Eric Andre show.
Oh my
Which
God.
at first, when I heard of it, when I watched Eric Andre show, I was like, dude, this is fucking such a ripoff of Tim and Eric. Then my
It's
buddy,
because they're made by
my
the same
buddy was
guys.
like, dude, yeah, he produces that, and I was like, yes, fuck yeah, I can
It's
like
it's
it.
literally like Andy Kaufman of,
like, yeah.
of 2017, where like everything they fucking do is a joke.
Every-
Everything is the
dude,
joke.
that
the
dude-
show itself is a joke.
The like, dude, the character, like the way that they do
Dr.
shit,
Steve Brule.
dude, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
they do a part in the movie where he's
God, I
like,
fucking love
he's
that
like, what are we? He's like, just every fucking line is a joke, and they're like, we're boys. They're like, we're boys who do business, and then they end up
business
naming
boys.
we're business boys, dude. And they sing a fucking song about it.
We're business
but
boys.
they're nonstop hilarious from start to finish.
Yeah, recommendation
But
of
they
this
do-
fucking episode is the Eric Andre show and the Tim and Eric show.
They get over. Like
And-
they do definitely go overboard sometimes and
And-
make
Oh,
some
the Tim and Eric-
nasty, disgusting shit. Like some
Anything-
shit goes borderline like disgusting, dude.
That's 100% true.
They have a ton of little kids shitting on them in the movie,
Yeah.
dude.
There is borderline pedophilia in almost
Anything-
every episode.
Anything with Key and Peele.
Key and Peele is
I think
funny.
they're another one of those type of people. Like they had a show.
they definitely do just push it pat like
Yeah.
the entire idea
Key
of
and
it is a
Peele,
joke.
I think, are one of the best. I know that Jordan's doing a lot more than
Yeah.
fucking what I don't know.
Keegan-Michael
is
Key.
Keegan. Yeah.
Kiki.
Like they do a lot of stuff, but like one of my favorite things is the fucking the substitute teacher trying to call
Aaron.
Aaron.
Jaqueline.
It's one of the best skits ever.
That was like one of the first sketches too.
Jaqueline.
Jaqueline.
Have you seen their first ever sketch?
Where you at, Jaqueline?
Oh wait.
Their first ever sketch
What
was
is it?
basically two businessmen trying to one up each other with their like beards.
Yes.
And like occasionally like, it was like a full beard, like a mustache. Like at one point there was a Hitler mustache. There was like a Japanese like judo like
The Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best episodes.
My favorite sketch
Or
that
one
they
of the best
do
sketches.
is when Jordan is like a he stays at like a hotel and's got continental breakfast and he's like
Continental. Is
yeah.
that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Continental.
Yeah, it
and
sounds wrong, but it's right.
That makes
and
no
he
sense.
goes fucking crazy over the fact that they've got a continental breakfast and he's like waffles. It's free? And he's just going fucking
you
crazy.
can't beat Continental Breakfast. What about that show is funny?
Yeah, what about
What about what?
Total segue.
'Kay.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Never heard
Does
of it.
it get a little fucked up between those two kids?
100%? It gets a no. Wait, no. Actually,
Sweet
no,
life.
it doesn't. Hugh, it gets a lot fucked up
Thank
between
you.
those kids.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
No, dude.
Hey,
okay.
hey, hey, hey.
Fucked up
Let
between
me
the two.
let me
You know?
just tell.
No.
a
You
little
go ahead and tell Hunt.
I want to just tell him
Tell
one of the
Hunt,
scenes
I'm just
that
gonna
happens.
watch it
but
happen.
I want to tell him one of the scenes that happens with the kids. So Hunter,
Please do.
so these two kids, and it's the whole movie is like basically like a kids movie,
just
but
give
an
just
adult
give a
movie.
quick little thing about
This
it.
is it, dude. So the kid, like, finally the kid and the girl kiss, and they're literally, I want to say, like
10,
10
11?
years old.
10, 11.
So they hug
Yeah,
and they're
'cause they have to
kissing.
make out on TV.
Well, no, they're kissing, right? And they're
Pedophilia.
like, "Oh, do you want to like French kiss?" And they start French kissing, which is like cute. You know, that's a cute scene between
No.
two kids. No, but it is. It's understandable.
It's fine.
It's understandable.
Then-
we got to tell you right now,
Dude.
priming up to this point, it is perfectly innocent.
And
it
then
really is.
the girl dude, this are 10-year-olds, dude. The
Yeah.
girl goes,
At the very oldest, 12.
The girl
At the
go-
very
yeah.
fucking
the
oldest.
girl goes, "It feels hard." And he goes, "Do you mind?" And she goes, "No." Dude, honestly, I had never really noticed that scene before, and I was
That's
like,
it?
"What?"
But they never go.
Well, here's the thing.
Hunter's like, "Well, when does the dick come out?"
in my movies with kids, there's full penetration.
Exactly. You're fucking strangely not shocked by that, Hunter.
I know. About
Hunter's
them.
like, "So where can I download this? LimeWire?" No, you
LimeWire.
sicko pervert.
Well, I mean, look at a picture of Wes Anderson and tell me he wasn't hard the entire time they were filming that.
Dude, literally, he's what I think of.
I'll
when I
tell
think
you
of
what,
Uncle
like
Rico.
those
Oh, I know, right?
those
From Texas
children
boys.
movies or the children movies, children TV shows, whatever.
Yeah.
It has so many like sexual innuendos.
Innuendo. That's a Freudian slip if there ever was one.
Yeah, it really was. That's we gotta
Sexual
talk to him about
innuendos.
I
directors.
know, it's
But
weird.
like,
Sexual
there's so many.
perversions.
Like, it's like a bunch of like
Yeah.
adult jokes that you would never have gotten as a child, but if you happen to be watching it as an adult,
Yeah,
Well, no,
by
that's-
quick
happen, I
primer
mean,
though.
you have
Moonrise
to.
Kingdom is not a child's movie.
No,
No,
it's
it's
like
not.
R
It's like a
rated.
childish movie, but it's made for adults.
Okay, but still,
And that's the sick part.
My point,
it's like
though.
they're conscious of doing this.
Yeah, they're 100% aware what they're. It's basically like the two kids run away into the woods to like go off with each other because they're in love. Quotes around that, and like the entire town is kind of looking for them. Bruce Willis is a sheriff. It's great.
Yeah.
And
Good movie altogether.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
incredibly great movie.
Nothing.
Ed Norton's in that, right?
Yeah.
His character's
And
ama-
Harvey
the,
Keitel, a bunch of
Oh,
people.
it's all great. It's all great.
Yeah.
I love Wes Anderson. Good movie.
Yeah.
Weird scenes. It gets really weird between the kids.
Dude, that and no, it's not like prolonged. It's not like, oh man, the whole movie's weird. Just that one part where they're there together. Honestly, a little uncomfortable.
It's, I think
Obviously
the most
not for Hunter.
I know he's erect right now. I can see it from between the window. I think the weirdest part about it is, oh boy, now he's taking it out.
That was crazy.
The
I could
weirdest part
actually
about
see
it is
from
that that's not how kids talk.
no.
That's how adults
I
technically
can
would
feel it
talk.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
like,
feel like
oh,
a 10-year-old.
it's hard. Do you mind? That's like an adult like not a, and
that's not a 10-year-old.
that's not a real
A
that's not a real
10-year-old
conversation.
more like,
but two, it's
ew.
more adult than childlike.
Dude, a 10-year-old would be like, "What is that?"
If you're a
or
10
like,
year
oh, why does that feel hard? And then the guy would, even if, so let's say the girl at
And
10 years
he's
old,
like super cavalier
do you
about it.
mind?
He's like, "Do you mind?"
He's
baby?"
like, oh, so I should take off my belt now.
exactly, dude.
No, he would be like, oh, I'm sorry, or something like that. He'd be embarrassed.
And then I think they like sort of hint, like I think
no, they 100% fuck.
I think they do.
They 100% fuck.
At 10 years old.
Dude,
Which is why it's weird. We shouldn't have to make this case to you that it's a weird.
No,
we don't
we're
have
not
to,
making
like-
this case. I
It should have been
understand
weird
what you
before that, Hunter.
It was weird. It was weird.
It's weird. It's 10-year-olds, and they're like, "Oh man, you boner." You know, that's gross,
I mean,
dude.
Yeah.
why did they become Australian?
She was sick. It was gross.
Yeah.
And
It's not the only thing that rose in that kingdom.
it's
Heyo.
should be called Boner Rise Kingdom.
Yeah.
But I had to move out the
Child
story,
penis
but
rise
like
kingdom.
going back to the point I was talking about with the children thing, I just thought of this.
Yeah,
I think you might have told me this. Probably, I don't know. Somebody told me that the reason, like, something that you would never notice is with like SpongeBob SquarePants, right? With Patrick, you would never know this as like a child, but the reason he's so stupid is because he
I did tell
literally
him this.
lives
I did
under
tell
a
him this.
rock.
I did tell you that. Boom. It was great.
He
It's
lives
true,
under
though.
a rock. If you think about it.
He literally lives under a rock.
Like, what do you live under a rock?
yeah.
Yeah. So he has no idea. He's stupid. He doesn't understand it. You would have never seen that as a kid.
No, you wouldn't have never seen 90% of that fucking show as a kid.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is definitely a show with some innuendo.
Well, there's also that
Innuendo.
myth that goes around that's like the first, like apparently when it was like pitched as a show, like before it even came out, it was supposed to be like an adult, cartoon a
Like
la
Rick and
Family Guy or
Morty
something like
kinda.
that, like Family Guy or South Park or whatever. But then, and so like some show, like some TV channel had it, but then they lost funding and Nickelodeon bought it. And that's why the first 3 seasons apparently are like a lot more full of innuendos because a lot of them had been written and they just kind of changed it for kids. But I don't know if that's even true. I remember hearing that a lot in like high school and stuff like that. People are like, oh, it's supposed to be an adult show.
I remember one of the weird things I heard about SpongeBob SquarePants was like there were actually people who wanted the show taken off air because they thought SpongeBob and Patrick were gay, and they were the same people that thought what are their names? Kermit or not?
Oh,
Kermit,
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. They
Bert
thought-
and Ernie are probably
100% gay.
gay. They're 100%
but
gay.
they not only thought they were gay, but they thought they were gay and thought they needed to be taken off air.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
Which is absurd.
It's arguable whether or not Patrick and SpongeBob were
But
fucking
Patrick
each other.
and
But
SpongeBob-
Bert and Ernie were going at it every night.
Well, they lived together.
Yeah, they were 2 roommates in New York.
No,
they were
I don't
fucking.
think SpongeBob
They were
and
fucking each
Patrick
other.
would be gay. Didn't SpongeBob date like Mr. Krabs' daughter at one point, or like something?
What's her name? Pearl. Yeah,
Pearl.
he did. He
Yeah.
took her to prom,
Yeah,
which is weird because SpongeBob is like 26.
he is.
That is.
She was
weird.
that girl that showed up. There was in my prom group. There was a person who showed up with her 24-year-old boyfriend.
I remember
So-
they had a rule, which would obviously be easy to like get past, but I remember they had a technical rule at our prom that you weren't allowed to bring someone if they were over 21 years old.
That's interesting.
That would happen on mine too.
Yeah.
that
for
was like the
for my
governing
school,
rule.
it was if they didn't go to my high school currently, they had to go in and like they had to buy their own ticket technically, but the only reason they made you go in and buy your own ticket if you didn't go there was so that they could like check you up, be like, are you visibly a drug dealer, basically. Like they forced you to go into the school to get the ticket so they could see who you were, basically. But they didn't care how old you were. Yeah, someone went with like her 24-year-old boyfriend. It was weird.
That is weird.
It's a little strange when he's like trying to have a conversation with you. He's like, so you know how you gotta like pay taxes all the time? We're like, dude, we're 17.
Exactly. Like,
He's
what
got like
do you
a
have
full
in
fucking
common?
beard. Like,
It's like, so man, you know, I
saw, dude.
you
You wanna,
had my first prostate exam. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
dude's
Like, what
30.
does he have in common with a 17-year-old
He actually
girl?
didn't talk with any of us.
He's
well,
like, so have you watched Lizzie McGuire lately?
the only thing he has in
Don't
common with her is that he can
Knock
fit
Lizzie
in her.
McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
Listen.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Yeah,
Hey,
where she goes to like
that's not what I
Paris or
was-
something like that.
I've never seen it. I saw it on, like, I was flipping through Netflix and I saw it on.
I did.
Now, this is what you're not gonna.
I don't remember that song, Hunter.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
now.
I-
This is what dreams are made of.
I don't know what
Is that
that
the
is.
theme song to Lizzie McGuire, or is
I
that
don't
one of
know.
her
It
songs?
was
I know,
one of
hey
her
now,
songs.
hey now, don't dream it's over.
Ooh, what about the Even Stevens movie with Shia LaBeouf?
Dude,
Ah,
what is... Can I ask this real quick? What is the thing of Shia LaBeouf in that meme where he says, like, absolutely? He, like, sits up in the chair and says, absolutely. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Was that the scene where his sister like comes out in the backyard and he's in his like fucking?
No. This is just
are
a
we talking about
meme
here?
How old is he?
Oh,
no,
sorry.
no. When he's going like that.
where he points.
Yeah, that's him
he
on.
says
That's him.
absolutely.
I think he was on. like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of the Jimmys.
It was when he was going...
and he was like pointing at one of the audience members. They said something. He's like,
absolutely.
I don't know what around it, but I remember
And also, what is the Shia LaBeouf thing where he's talking, like he's doing the motivational talk? Did you guys...
Do it. Just do it.
What is that?
that's literally him making a video where he's going.
It's
Just
supposed to be a
do it.
motivational speech.
So that's supposed to be real,
when
though,
you
right?
when
Yeah.
you see something with Shia LaBeouf and you question what the story behind that is, just know that 99% of the time, it's just him being him.
Yeah. And then iDubbbz like did something with it. You know who iDubbbz is?
I do not.
He's that guy who always wears like the pink like jumpsuit thing, like with and like it's like a video game, but it's the time to stop guy.
I still don't know.
You've never seen this? It's like a parody of Just Do It, but it's like he like holds
Maybe
a clock.
I
and he's
have.
like,
I don't know.
It's
though.
time to stop.
I'm sorry. I really don't.
I fucking hate you.
I feel like there's a lot of negativity.
I don't know it at all.
I'll have to show it to you.
Okay, that's interesting. I love Shia LaBeouf. He's batshit crazy, but I have immense respect for him.
He is batshit crazy. The amount of times he's got arrested within the last like at
Hey,
least 2 or 3 years.
Just because the fucking pigs want Shia, it doesn't mean anything.
He's just going through the motions. Did he blow it with the Transformers people? Or has he still...
Oh, he just didn't want to do it
No,
anymore.
yeah. Apparently, he almost blew it in the second one because he got in he got drunk and like broke his arm or something like that, and they were like, "You're gonna fuck this up," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, you need me." And then, he like and then after the third one, he was like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore."
So
like,
he-
let's get Marky Mark.
So he just said no go.
Yeah, he was like done.
Megan Fox blew it with them.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
she
she
wouldn't blow it. Heyo.
Well, no. What was it? Basically, she
No,
just
that
like what
was
you
it.
said about Shia LaBeouf, how he was like, "Oh, you guys need me." Didn't she sort of do the
She
same thing?
literally was like
and they
saying
sent her
stuff like
back
that, and what's the guy? Fucking the director. What's his name?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. He was like, I don't actually need you, Megan.
He kicked her to the curb. Yeah.
Yeah, she was. I think she wanted a lot. Like she wanted
wanted
a lot
more money.
Yeah.
She had both her rise and fall in Transformers.
Isn't that nice when you can see that happen?
That was nice seeing
her
her whole
rise-
timeline within
her
a few
rise
years.
Yeah.
was Transformers 1. Her fall was Transformers
And then
2.
all the movies
Yeah.
in between was her plateau.
She's
that one
actually-
movie that she did, Jennifer's Body.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a fucking weird one. dude.
Weird, really weird movie.
Not a bad one.
No, not a bad one.
I don't think it was bad at all. It was
No.
actually pretty cool.
It was
but
an interesting
wicked fucking
idea.
weird.
Very weird, especially when
Dude, when they're like 8675309
yeah,
and they're
and they just-
stabbing her, dude. Do
Yeah,
you
they
remember that?
literally
I never saw.
Dude, they have her
Jennifer's Body.
laid down and literally it's the dude from the OC. What is his name?
we'll
We'll remember.
Brody or something like that.
Yeah, Adam Brody.
Adam Brody.
Adam
Yeah,
Brody.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, so they're literally it's that song, right?
Yeah. The
Jenny, I want your number.
8675, and they're
they're
literally
singing this song and
stabbing Jenny
stabbing
to
her repeatedly.
and
dude.
her name is Jennifer, nickname being Jenny, and they're going 86753.
And that was actually
It was really weird.
It was a pretty good
It's hard to watch the OC after seeing that scene.
Yeah.
OC quality show.
Yeah.
There's a
What
recommendation.
you say?
Hey, that you only went well. You know what other song falls in that category of like it was like it's doomed because of a scene that it was in is it's a Sia song. It's like Breathe or something like that. And it was used in
Yeah,
in the
it is
season
fun.
finale of 6 Feet Under, which is a really good show, don't get me wrong. But so it was used in that season finale, and then like a bunch of other stuff started using it, and now it's like a joke song, just like
Give us a little
just-
verse.
it's Sia,
It's
so
the
it's
one that's
literally
like,
just like
Give me-
I can't do it because it's Sia, but it's like Hide and Seek by whatever.
Give
that
me
one is.
Imogen Heap.
Little
Imagine
verse.
I can't do it.
Do it,
No.
Gary. Get him, Gary.
Gary's actually out
Gary.
tonight.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
All right, so we want to thank you for listening once again. This has been the You Know This podcast. This has been Hugh. This has been Hunter, and this has been Brad. And thanks. You know this.
Check us
Thanks,
out on
guys.
iTunes.
Yes,
it
do
easy.
that.
Peace.